What's up, guys? Welcome to the CyberHype. We are your hosts, Toshi, Vasilis, and Adonis, and this is your geek culture destination.
If you guys are into gaming, anime, tech, sci-fi, geek shit, you found the right channel.
And we will be live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So if you want to tune in for some geek culture shit, this is the place to be. So tune in, boy, to the CyberHype.
Yeah.
Where do you, I don't know if Aizen.
Let's start with Aizen then.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
First thing, let's just go off a list, like body count. We know Frieza, you're not really topping that.
Okay.
Body count wise, I don't think anybody's topping Frieza on this list.
Facts.
But that doesn't make him the most evil.
Right.
It just makes him murderous.
That's just one. That's just one part.
Murderer.
Right.
All right. Deception.
Deception is Aizen.
Aizen is
Pure.
manipulative.
Yeah.
Okay.
Frieza's manipulative as well, but he's not a master planner with deception.
Mm-hmm.
Like Aizen was like 1,000 steps ahead of everybody, and he always had everything was planned out from jump. So I feel like with him it was a little bit different.
So for the people who don't know Aizen all the way, what other character like Mind would you compare his to?
Question. Appreciate that.
You know
what I'm saying?
Really good one. Right.
Like what other characters like Mind, like the way their minds, like how we be talking about Kun and shit. Right. It's like, oh, that motherfucker, like a Batman or whatever. Like, it's just like who would you compare him to mind wise?
Cersei.
So if you had Cersei and Batman
put together
as one person,
no, that's crazy.
Because Batman's always like 1,000 steps ahead of you.
Sure.
He always has a backup plan for the backup plan.
That's
always some kind of contingency.
Salty person.
But also like cold and calculated and like demeanor wise, it was like what is it when you don't feel emotions? What's that called?
Oh yeah, we were talking about that last time.
Sociopath?
Sociopath. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, sociopath wise, right? Where it was just like nothing's affecting the emotions are always just very cool and calm and collected. I think that makes you evil.
Yeah.
I think for sure.
If you don't have any empathy,
you don't have no regard.
If you do lack empathy, you could easily be evil.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. So XFG70 in the chat says maybe Itachi. He has some Itachiness to him, I could see, but I think Aizen's.
But I would feel like it would be like more like Black Zetsu, where everything was actually planned by Black Zetsu.
Yeah.
But I think it would be like more calculated and more actually smart, not just some random black blob.
Facts. I agree with that. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Because I think we had talked about this last time, is some of the feats are predicated in the worlds that they live in. So Aizen wouldn't be able to destroy universes because that's not the world that he lives in. The power system doesn't really support it, as opposed to Frieza, where he can destroy worlds because that's the power system in Dragon Ball. So
right.
I think to Mari's point, intent means a lot too, right? So if we take out the body count and go into Frieza of like, why is he just so murderous? He wants to be the ruler of everything. He doesn't like Saiyans. He doesn't like the thought of somebody being stronger than him. So he's like, well, I'm going to kill you so that doesn't happen. He's killed his own people just because he felt like it. Like, oh, well, I told you to be here and you weren't. Die.
I don't know why, but it made me think of I really want like anime character like therapy sessions where it's just like he's on a couch, he's like, who hurt you, Frieza?
Take a seat.
What was your relationship with your father like, Frieza?
Right.
You just got a Chris Hansen Frieza, bro.
That actually would be super dope.
That was really
I couldn't even imagine that, like especially the Japanese dub version. I'd be like,
I hate it.
That actually be a really funny series though of like anime therapy sessions would be hilarious.
Man.
Because there's a lot of fucked up people in anime.
Bro, what?
Everybody's fucked up. All the main characters are fucked up. All the villains are fucked up. Everybody's fucked up.
We need more communication, man.
More communication. So, I mean, with that, like, how are you feeling about this, Gumby? Like, do you think that Aizen holds a candle to Frieza, or do you how do you feel about this?
Well, I've tried to ask around in the past week or so to like, a few people I know who are into Bleach. I keep getting Aizen as a really like a extremely dangerous Shikamaru, or like really methodical, really tactical, but also like really like heartless. So like just kind of taking the general ideas of both. I think I'm not really sure what Aizen's general what was he doing in the series? Like, was he trying to like take over the world? Was he trying to like protect someone? Was he trying to find someone? Like, what was Aizen's?
He wanted to.
What was his motive?
He
just wanted
to take over like Soul Society, right? Yeah, he wanted to be like the king of Soul Society. Is that right?
Well, he wanted to kill the Soul King.
Oh, he wanted to kill the Soul King.
Yeah,
that's true.
That was his ultimate
in order to do
goal.
that, he had to transcend his limitations of power, and that's what he created the Hogyoku for. Well, he didn't really. Well, he did. He stole it, but whatever. So it doesn't really matter. That's arbitrary. But his motive was just basically killing like the omnipotent power.
Right.
And he was willing to go any length to do it.
He would do anything to get
So
there,
basically, he wanted to kill to obtain power. All right. So that being said, I think Frieza's cause and like whether it be destroying whole worlds or like killing people in front of their families and stuff like that. I guess to really establish his grip on the universe, so to speak, like he did some wild things. So I really feel like ultimately like Frieza and continue to like evolve into his power and really didn't change. I think if it wasn't for Goku and the DBZ fighters, he would have continued to just slaughter countless people in the universe. So now that he had like a rival and someone who could actually like stand up to him, he kind of had to refocus himself to become more of a, I guess, a singular force amongst his people instead of being like the emperor sitting in the little thing and floating around and letting his people do the work for him. So ultimately, though, I think I'd have to pick Frieza. If I have to absolutely choose someone on this side, I'll go Frieza. I'm going with Frieza.
Mari, how you feeling?
I mean, okay, this is gonna sound bad.
No,
but
she's like, I love Frieza.
No, I'm a Frieza stan. So just kidding. Aizen. Okay, hold on. Okay, so Aizen was basically fighting, those in the Soul Society. How does that affect Earth? Because
that's a good question.
Like
I don't
the scope of who Aizen is manipulating, fighting with, it's not of our world. Not that it makes it any less. Not that it makes it any less, but at the same time, like it stops there as opposed to Frieza. It doesn't just stop at like one planet. Like it doesn't stop there. There's more that he wants. I don't know. And so, like maybe Chad can help us out, but like with Bleach, I don't know if it goes beyond just our world and the soul world, beyond that, or like.
So basically you're saying because it only affects the dead, not the living.
Is it really a threat?
Yeah, it doesn't make it any less evil, right? And then it's also being like, well, it doesn't affect us, so is it really evil? Like, I get it, but at the same time, it is one realm as opposed to many.
Okay.
Something to consider.
That's actually, I mean, I didn't even
Yeah.
think about that. Actually, that's a good,
I didn't think about
really
that
good
at
question. Actually,
Because
That's
how
actually
does
a really
it
good
affect the
question.
rest? Like if these villains actually accomplish their goal, how much will it affect their universe? You know what I'm saying?
That's a
Like,
good
I mean,
scale.
that's
I guess-
I'd never thought about that either. Yeah. That's
Yeah. Although I guess
Mm.
like, wait,
Hmm.
are they all called are they Shinigami? All
Yes.
the people in Soul Society? Like, I guess without them, people, humans would definitely suffer. Like, we need them to be able to fight,
right.
bad things, and we also need them to usher us into the next place. But yeah, I think that's something to consider. Aizen didn't have his eyes set on other soul societies of different planets either.
Right.
If they exist.
Right.
Facts.
That's fair.
Right.
That's facts.
Plus,
That's facts.
if I'm not mistaken, wasn't there